Hey guys, we'll record on this and we'll see how long it can record and see how it records and see how the quality turns out for you guys on YouTube instead of having to use this phone because this phone right here, it I can't clear up space on it. It's really weird. It's bizarre. I used to be able to. I can't now. I don't know how the government works around here. All I know is when I get censored and I go through, it doesn't excite me. It doesn't make me happy at all. Okay. I don't get excited about anything. There's nothing exciting about people being irrational, jealous, abusive, and insecure. You know, our relative interactive right now is very depressing. I'm not the type of person that gets excited being in conflict and then trying to outmaneuver people and outguess people and outthink people and things like that. I hate it. You know, I'm intelligent and I like to see people live faithful, caring, beautiful, intelligent lives. And so when you're interacting and people are trying to censor you because you're trying to help people be free from competitive abuse, you know, it's this that doesn't get me excited at all. I'm like, oh, this sucks. So you just have to learn not to get too depressed about it. Um, I'm coming to terms with a lot of things going. I feel better tonight. When I'm in the refrigeration too much, it makes my hands and my feet tingle, and they don't feel that way tonight. And when I you get consistent days off, it feels better, you know. And so, you know, the refrigeration and the chemicals was causing problems, and I wasn't going to leave, and wasn't going to get a new job, and I was going to stay with my job, and that was that. And there had to be some. It's this is genome sequencing and impulse controlling people, and I've been trying to explain that to people, and they think you're paranoid and crazy, and you're like, no, this you don't understand. We're post-apocalypse. My life fulfilled major documents that are of religious significance for a lot of religious corporations, and they're very real. And what I talk about is very real, and it's more real than the Muppet Show. I was watching the Muppet Show; it was kind of cute. Very goofy, but still kind of cute. I used to watch it when I was a kid, and it made me laugh, and it was funny. And it was made in 2011, and yeah, watching people sit on TV and ask for money boggles the fuck out of me. I'm just like, wait, what? And so, what is this money supposed to do? And how is having money supposed to help us from, you know, how is having money going to stop us from violently competing over manipulation of the resources? How is having money going to stop that? I don't understand. You know, we had air and water and oxygen and soil before there was money. Okay. And everybody, money makes the world go around. Not everybody, but lots of people will tell you that. Oh, if you don't have money, you can't have water, oxygen, or soil. Right. Because a bunch of idiots will come up and say, hey, that's my soil. And the oxygen you're breathing is polluted by the technology I use to exploit the environment. And we're like, okay. And the water, it's falling on our heads, but I own it. You're like, they're nuts. Okay. You try to explain this to people that are trained to be stupid, okay, and they look at you like you're from Mars and say, it'll never change. What will never change? Human beings won't get together and decide they no longer want to engage in conflict over a hypothetical theoretical value system called money. Okay. You serious? So people will always be stupid and always murder each other over money to try to manipulate access to the natural resources and in the process do things that destroy the natural environment that we need in order to sustain our existence, to actually live. Okay. We need fresh air. We need water. We need soil that can produce plant life and sustain plant life to keep things that we need to sustain ourselves called food, you know, in order to live. We don't need money. You don't need money to cure cancer. You don't need money to keep yourself safe. Okay. You don't need insurance. You don't need to go to a university and get a piece of paper from a bunch of people who say you're really intelligent because you can drive cars to buildings and talk about irrationality. Okay, you don't need any of that bullshit. Okay, do you understand? Okay, we've had life and the resources, the things in life that we need to the oxygen, plant life, water, and then food, and so we've had all those things for thousands of years before we ever had the first national bank of insanity, before we had Wall Street. Okay. There was the faith of Father Abraham and Moses before there was the CIA and the FBI and Wall Street and K Street and Capitol Hill and democracy. Okay. Socialism, capitalism, Islamism, all the isms, schisms you can possibly think of. We had people trying their best to be faithful, to be kind, to make sure their neighbor could sleep, that their herd was safe, that wolves didn't come, that the enemy, the crow, didn't come and steal our Cheyenne horses. Okay, do you understand? And don't criticize the crow people. They have one of the most amazing, beautiful creation stories about the duck going down and getting the mud and bringing it up from the water and making it for the people so they could live here and stuff. It's just, they chose certain tribes in order to relate to more. Okay, through Hollywood and through what people liked and what stories and creation stories they liked. Okay, the Crow were the traditional enemy of the Cheyenne, but that doesn't mean all the Cheyenne were good and all the Crow were bad. Okay, do you understand? Okay, there were two Crow young men that played for the university, the community college that I sat and watched at Sheridan Community College. It was Nations. I forget what the name of the school was called, but they had two kids named Amesback, and they were Crow. They were from Montana. Okay, and they were from the Crow Nation. Okay, they came from the Crow Indian Reservation. And they call it an Indian reservation. They're not Indians. Okay, they're the Crow, the Cheyenne. They didn't call themselves Indians. Okay, Christopher Columbus thought he found the way to India and started calling these people Indians, and they're not Indians. Okay. So do you understand? Okay, they're what they call themselves. They're the Dene. They're the people. The Cheyenne means the people. The Dene means the people. Okay, that's their name for themselves. Colville, Seattle, the Yakima, the Snohomish. There's lots of different names, especially up in Washington State when I lived up there. Lots of the names were indigenous. Walla Walla is an indigenous word, okay? So a lot of the words were indigenous. And Coeur d'Alene. Coeur d'Alene is the people. And that's the name of a town in Idaho, okay? We're Coeur d'Alenes. Nobody wants to watch Dances with Salmon. You ever seen Smoke Signals? Okay. So you guys understand. Okay, let's load this one up. We'll see how it does. I'm sorry the quality of the video is not as good as it is on the iPhone, but we're dealing with people at military intel that want to keep doing espionage to kill people for their jobs. They're sick. They've got brain chemical problems. Okay? Love you, man. Peace.